Give you all a couple of minutes to get up in here. Let the algorithm algorate as I always do. So get your snacks and your drinks and things. Get comfortable and let's chat. If you're in this thing, go ahead and hit the like button. Don't be weird. All right, you got about another minute and 20 seconds. I feel like time is going by mad slow. I've been noticing that lately. The time just don't feel like it's moving how it usually moves. Pero like, All right. Got 30 seconds. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way in. And bring your questions. Bring your questions. Am I ashy? A little bit. It's cold outside. Hi, Christopher. How you doing? All right. Come on in, hit that like button, have a seat, bring your questions, all right? What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Savy from Savvy Sentient, and welcome to today's reading. If you all are new here, hello. If you are not, welcome back. Just FYI, if y'all looking for personal readings, you can book on the website. I'll never be in the comments soliciting readings. That's ghetto, and we don't do that here. 30% off with the coupon code YouTube only or YT only. Capital Y, capital T, capital O, and LY. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into this reading. So today's reading is obviously inspired by what's going on in the world. If y'all have been keeping up with the news, we have so many chaotic things happening, so many things being brought to light in our government. It looks like there's some shenaniganizing happening. No matter where you live at in world governments, things are coming out. In our entertainment sector, celebrities and the like, got some accusations being thrown around, some things being exposed. All right, societally, people is tired. People is tired, and it has caused a situation with a young man who decided to take justice into his own hands. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a general reading about the energy, but then I want to answer some of the questions that y'all have about what's happening in the world today. So I want y'all to put those questions in the comments, okay? So we're going to start here with some astrology. Okay. All right. And so what's going on astrologically? We had Venus going into Aquarius, opposing Pluto. What I felt with this energy was the divine feminine, kind of a divine feminine energy in the planet Venus, kind of covering or blanketing the collective, okay, so the best way I can put this to where it makes sense is that I feel like this energy represents the divine mothers coming through and being protective and bringing love to her children. Okay. With the Pluto opposition, it's pushing against the power that be. You know, power is one of the elements that Pluto represents. So I feel like that energy is very prevalent right now. We also just had Saturn come into its direct, rotation. Saturn is a planet that represents authority. It is a planet that is about karma, that is about justice, and it is in Pisces. So what I feel with this energy is that spiritually things are being rectified. Okay. And I feel like that's what we're seeing with what's going on in the world. We also have Mars in Leo. Mars is retrograde. So with that energy, we're seeing war, we're seeing battle, we're seeing people face off front and center with the energies that might be oppressing them or suppressing them, whatever, however. All right. So outside of that, this is also happening in the first house. Okay, so people may be feeling emboldened to do so, to speak up, to take action, to stand up for themselves. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the energy. I'm going to ask that Spirit leads this reading. Give me the answers that I need for the collective about what's happening in the world. What are we seeing? Okay, if you all have a specific question that y'all want me to ask, put it in the comments. Hi, Black Unique. Your question was, not question, your comment was blocked because you objectified me. So if you would like to comment and for your comment to be visible, speak to me like I'm a human and not an object. Thanks. All right. Let's get into the overall energy of this reading, Spirit. What's going on? This is not a personal reading, Randall. If you would like a personal reading, you can book on my website. This is about the collective and what's going on in the world. All right. What is the overall energy for the things that we are seeing happening in the world? Overall energy. We got the Two of Swords as the overall energy. So the Two of Swords energy, this is about putting up a block. This is about stagnation. What I'm getting with this is a block in the road. Ooh. Spirit is putting up a block in the road. And what I feel like they mean by that is that certain things that were in play before can no longer be in play. The way that things are going in this world, the way that governments are operating, the way that people are being treated, the way that Hollywood is being run, the things that are going on that a lot of us know nothing about behind the scenes cannot continue to go on. Certain people in Hollywood who, how can I put this? There are certain people in Hollywood who aren't what they seem. And I don't mean in reference to people in power in Hollywood. I don't mean the Jay-Z's and the Diddy's of Hollywood. I mean our image, the way that we perceive certain individuals in Hollywood are not how they are in real life. They may be presented to us as strong, independent, no nonsense. You know, they have this certain persona, but the truth of the matter is that they are being, I'm just say it, enslaved. They're being enslaved. Okay. So there's a lot of things that are happening that need to be stopped. And the divine is interceding to make sure that these things are stopped, that these things are ended. Bottom of the deck is temperance. There is a huge imbalance happening in the world, and the Two of Swords is here to block the imbalance, to stop the things that are going on in order to heal and bring balance back to the world and to the collective. Okay, so I'm going to use the zombie deck. No, I'm not. I'm going to use the Santa Muerte deck. This deck is named for one of the Divine Mother, Santa Muerte. So it only makes sense that that's used. All right, so what's at the core of all of this, Spirit? What's at the core of all of this? What's leading this energy? What's happening in this world today? King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles. This is money. These are people, especially masculine energy, being that it is a king, who control the money, who control the pentacles, who own things, own people, own land, own contracts, own the money, own the banks. All right. So this is about the kings of pentacles that run things. It's so crazy that that's what comes out, because it's so specific. It could have easily been the Emperor if we're talking about masculine energy, but I feel like they gave me the King of Pentacles because it's specific to money, property, ownership, tangibles, material things. Okay, tell me what's going on here. Again, so the Chariot falls out in the reverse. So the Chariot is about forward movement. It is about will. It's about drive and determination and all these things. It fell in the reverse. So the first message that I get from this is that what's going on is this masculine energy that owns things is being derailed, because the Chariot, think of it as a car, a vehicle with wheels, being toppled over. It's being derailed. It's being toppled. It came out with the Queen of Wands, though, okay? So the Queen of Wands obviously is feminine energy, and it's about feminine passion. With it coming out with the Chariot, I'm getting this message that the masculine energy, no matter how powerful the feminine energy seems to be in the public eye, for example, female celebrities, no matter how powerful they seem to be, a lot of them are being controlled and they are being handled as property. Specifically using the word handled. They're being handled by this energy. Okay. And so the divine feminine is trying to derail the masculine energies that control them in order to put them back into a position of autonomy and feminine power. They are being liberated by the divine feminine. Okay, this is the message that I'm getting, and the message that I have been getting for a little while. Um, for those of you all who don't know, who are new here, hello and welcome. I am a medium. I do channel the dead. I do channel um, higher realms, and that includes ancestors, angels, demons, even. I haven't intentionally channeled demons, but they be coming through sometime. Um, and extraterrestrials, these ETs or AUPs or whatever y'all want to call them. They're not what we think they are, and they are higher dimensional beings. But a lot of these energies that I can tap in with are here to help us. And right now, it's the divine feminine that is tapping in. Tell me more. What's going on here in the world today? What is this chaos that we are viewing front and center? Seven of Cups. What we are seeing is the breaking through of the illusion. So Seven of Cups energy is about that dream state. It's about illusion. It's Piscean energy. So that kind of head in our clouds. When we think about Hollywood, we think about like glam and glitz and stars and having this great life, this rich life, whatever the case. We think about beautiful things. We don't see the truth of what's going on, and I feel like the veil is being lifted. Yeah, Seven of Swords represents the deception. We are starting to see through the deception of Hollywood. We're starting to see through I'm hearing Todrick Hall right now. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. It was his rendition of like a song having to do with Oz, having to do with, you know, people thinking that the wizard was this grand, powerful being. And now we're all starting to see behind the curtain. We are all starting to see the truth of not just Hollywood, but like the truth of the government, the truth of the state of humanity right now, that is being displayed by, you know, situations like the guy who just pew-pewed the CEO. The situation was so dire for him, and caused such an issue for him and millions of people who get denied health care when they need it most by people who are not in health care. It was just that real. It was just that real. And so we're starting to see hidden realms, hidden worlds become exposed, whether through desperation or through divine intervention. I think it's all through divine intervention. Y'all might be aware that right now we do have Pluto in Aquarius, which indicates a period of revolution. This is when the French Revolution happened. This is when the Haitian Revolution happened. This is a time that brings about revolutionary energy. This is a time that pushes against power. This is a time that pushes against oppression. And I think that we're just seeing in several different areas of life what's behind the curtain. Okay. All right, Spirit. So tell me what's going on here. What's going on? What are we seeing before our eyes? What are we seeing before our eyes? 10 of Wands. And I automatically heard the word collapse. So 10 of Wands is an energy of burdens, having too much on your shoulder, on your back, having the world on your shoulder needing to be unburdened. It's the energy of endings, okay? The energy of endings of burdens. So I think that what we are seeing is the collapse of Hollywood. I've been seeing that for a long time. We're seeing the collapse of certain structures that no longer work, that are not going to work moving forward. They're not going to um, be able to exist in this new energy that the world is moving into. Definitely have this energy of a new earth, of a new world being born right now. And certain systems that are in play are just not going to work. They're just not going to work. Four of Pentacles energy. Why is the Four of Pentacles here? Yo, wild. Okay, so look at this card if y'all can see. The person, the energy holding the little man, putting him inside of the diorama, is like Santa Muerte. It is a feminine, like skeletal being. And she's like putting this guy in place. She's putting him where he belongs. And I feel like that's exactly what's happening with the world. Things have been out of place for so long that now the divine feminine energies are coming in and they're moving things around. They're like, this is not how shit should be. So now I gotta move you over here, move you over here. Why do you have your foot on this woman's neck? Move you over there. Like, I feel like that's what's happening here. Even though these next few years are going to be maybe turbulent, maybe uncomfortable, this shift that is happening right now, it's for the growth of humanity. It's for the growth of the collective. And Spirit said, like, we cannot grow if we are comfortable. So the fact that what we're about to experience in the next few years, the fact that it's going to be uncomfortable, should be something that is comforting to you, because that means that growth is happening. That means that change is happening. Okay? Tell me more. I'm going to get a little bit more specific. Yeah, Magician energy. This is manifestation. Why is the Magician here? We are manifesting peace. We are manifesting contentment, happiness, mastery of that kind of energy. Yeah, things have been so off kilter and they've been awry for so long, and it's just gotten too out of hand. And so now Spirit is like, we have to come in, we have to fix this. And that's what's happening. And we are manifesting newness. We're manifesting comfort, emotional, spiritual stability. We are, I'm getting the word being restored. The powers that be, the higher powers, not the human powers that be, but the powers that are not controlled by them, the divine powers, are restoring order to this planet. Yeah. Ace of Wands. This is a new chapter being born at the bottom of the deck. All right, so I'm going to pull these up and we're going to get specific. We're going to get specific. What is it that y'all personally want to know about what's going on in the world? Drop it in the comments. What is it that y'all personally want to know? Any current events? So I want to start with our boy Luigi. If y'all have personal questions, you can drop them in the comments. But I want to start with our boy Luigi. What I have been feeling surrounding that situation is that he is not acting alone. He did not act alone. That it is not even over. It's not close to over. He wanted to be arrested. That he is actually working with a larger collective, and that if certain needs are not met, if certain calls to action are not met, then there is going to be more, I want to call them sacrifices, is what I just heard. There are going to be more sacrifices. So, Spirit, tell me more about Luigi, our renegade pew pewer. All right. What is the core energy surrounding him? What can you tell me to perfectly embody who Luigi is? The card that comes out when I ask who Luigi is the Star card. The Star card is about destiny. It is about recognition. It is about healing. And to have this card represent him, I immediately felt like I wanted to cry, because obviously the Star card is about being recognized and being front and center. It's Aquarian energy as well. Pluto is in Aquarius. So what he did is what he was destined to do. Now, condolences to the family. But on a spiritual level, what he did is what he was destined to do. And with this card representing healing, as someone who could not receive the healing that he needed because he was declined, I feel like there's no irony here. I feel like everything is as it's supposed to be. Tell me more about Luigi. Four of Cups. So what I'm getting with this Four of Cups is Luigi got tired of not being able to do anything, of feeling powerless. This Four of Cups, as you can see, his head is the cup, and his insides are leaking onto the floor. And the Four of Cups energy is about apathy, boredom, not feeling like you're getting anything out of life. Like, he may have even felt like hopelessness, like there was no point, or why is he here? I'm getting this message that he felt also like with whatever life he had left, he was going to do something with it. Like he felt some type of inspiration, or he recognized the action that he needed to take. Tell me more about Luigi. Page of Cups. Yeah, he got some type of inspiration, or I feel like even a download or some type of intuitive hit, because the Page of Cups for me is usually like download energy, like spirit whispering in your ear. So in his lowest point, he felt like this cannot just be what he's doing. He can't just lay down and take it. He can't just succumb to his situation, that there had to be something else that he could or should do. And I feel like that's what inspired his action. But the reason why he was inspired by that is because it was always part of his destiny. Like he was always going to do this, whether he knew it or not. Queen of Cups and King of Cups. Yo, his purpose, all of this Cups energy, King, Queen, Four of Cups, Page of Cups, and the Star. The water, like his purpose was literally to heal. This action that he took is catalytic. Like so much blue energy here. So much blue energy here. All water, all healing energy. And the Star card, the Aquarius energy in the Star card is the water bearer. He is the water bearer. So he was like a harbinger of healing. A harbinger of healing for humanity. Is there more to his story? Yeah, I just saw the Three of Pentacles. Is there more to Luigi's story? Three of Pentacles is an energy of collaboration and teamwork. And remember, I just said, I don't think he worked alone and he's not alone. And I don't think that this is it. He got caught way too easily, like he wanted to, with all the evidence on his person. Like, nah, there's more to this. Is there more to his story? Or tell me about what's next for Luigi? Or Luigi's camp? Because I just feel like there's multiple people. Seven of Swords. Oh my gosh, I just feel like crying when I saw that Seven of Swords. Knight of Cups, yo. While we may celebrate him as some like Batman figure, some, you know, hero, he does very much view himself as a martyr. He understands that what he did was a sacrifice for humanity, for everybody. That's the energy that I'm getting. With the Hope and Reflection card, the Seven of Swords typically indicates like theft, deception, sneaky type energy. But in this specific deck, he's actually like sitting on his coffin, like on his casket, and the words reflection and hope are written into the inner lining of his casket. So I do feel this energy where he does feel martyred, or he went into this understanding that he would be a martyr, and he is hoping that the sacrifice of his life brings about change, brings about Page of Cups in the Chariot, quick change, quick action towards healing a system that is working against the people that it should be helping. Yeah, Three of Pentacles is still at the bottom of the deck. Collaboration, teamwork. This is an energy of promotion. I heard bringing up to speed. He hoped that his actions would bring America and the healthcare system up to speed, up to this energy of change. Not necessarily like forcing us into universal healthcare, but just for like he intended to force the hand of the American healthcare system. There's just a really sad energy around him. I know that he smiled a lot in the video. And there's this like cavalier kind of energy around him as well. But overall, the energy is like sadness. I don't think that he necessarily got any pleasure out of taking a life, but it was like a necessary sacrifice. Like it was the way that he could, the loudest way that he could send a message. Any last messages about Luigi that we need to know? What he did, he felt spiritually led to do, okay? He was spiritually guided to do this. We have the high priestess. And I just feel like there, with the high priestess being here at the bottom of the deck as well, there's so much surrounding the situation that we're not meant to know until we're meant to know it, okay? But this was about unbalanced masculine energy, Emperor in the reverse, a Temperance in the reverse, and causing a fire to it, like starting, he's a fire starter. He's a fire starter. All right, we have this Emperor energy, this energy running things that is unfair, that is harmful, that is dictatorial, but just oppressive and imbalanced and unfair. And we've all have lived under this system that is very much like, this is how we do things and it's just the way it is. And our voices have been silenced, quieted in many ways, from different directions on different subjects, different topics. And I feel like we've just sacrificed our autonomy, our sovereignty, our freedom to exist as just humans to a system that we were never meant to live under. And what Luigi has done was illuminate a huge problem in this country, but also he has started a fire in a lot of people. He has inspired a lot of people, and in this way, he's going to go down in history as a revolutionary because of what he did and what the following actions are going to be. But I'm going to leave it there on Luigi. But like I said, his story is not over. There is more to come. Okay. So let's talk about what's going on in the music industry. The imbalance of power in the music industry. Okay, specifically, Spirit. specifically, we are seeing accusations being thrown about in the music and entertainment industry. What is the leading energy on that? We have the Queen of Cups as the leading energy on what is happening in the music industry. So that is divine feminine energy. That is healer energy. All right, what's happening here? We have the Two of Wands and the Fool. Okay. So the music industry is at an impasse. Clarify the Two of Wands for me. Queen of Cups. Yo. Okay, so what I'm getting here, Queen of Cups led this reading for the music industry, and the Queen of Cups is clarifying. And the Two of Wands energy in this deck has two pew-pews ready to fight, ready for action. And it's like, what I'm getting is there is a healing happening within the music industry. Like I said, things are being made right in all sectors, but in the music industry, there are masculine, oppressive energies that are not going down without a fight. However, what they're failing to realize is that they cannot beat divinity. They cannot beat the divine. They can't win this fight, but they're not going to go down without one. All right. So there is a revamping of the industry happening with the Fool, Aquarian energy again, or Aries energy, depending on who you ask. But this is embarking on a new journey. This is a new world. This is new systems, something new being built. Okay. And so bottom of the deck is that King of Pentacles energy again. These power players in the music industry, in the entertainment industry, they're not going to go down without a fight, but they don't understand that they're not bigger than the divine. They don't understand that they're not bigger than God. A lot of them believe that they are God, but they don't understand that they're not bigger than. Okay, so in the, I want to do that on Patreon. I'm going to do a very specific reading about Jay-Z, very specifically, on Patreon and for channel members here on YouTube, because I know that we're going to get into some explicit things, and I don't want those things to be demonetized or shadow banned because of the nature of the video. So those things are going to be only on Patreon, only for channel members. But what I will say about the music industry is, again, things are not as they seem. There are certain people in place who are not who we believe them to be, for better or for worse. And that even within the industry, because at the end of the day, like, it's not about the industry. It's not about the government. It's not about healthcare system. At the end of the day, the grand theme is that we are all humans. We all should have a certain amount of human rights. We all have ancestors. We all have certain paths that we're supposed to be taking. And not everyone has the freedom that we think that they have in the music industry. Not everyone has the autonomy that we think that they have. Who they are in their music is not who they are in real life, or the life that they live in real life. All of that shit is fake. All that shit is a facade. And anyone, I don't want to say anyone, but for the most part, a lot of them who are living the lifestyle that we think they're living are paying a tremendous price. And I say paying as in present tense, as in not paid yet, because it's a continuous price. It's not something that they, had to do one time and now shit is great. They are forever having this price over their head. Why is the Fool here, Spirit? In reference to the music industry, I'm hearing it's being made new. I personally have been feeling that the music industry, the entertainment industry, was going to fall. Justice is being made new and being... Okay, so justice energy. The actions that people have taken, like I said, come with a price. And justice is being called on the music industry. So people who, with the full energy, who have been acting in a way that is very naive, acting as if they don't have a care in the world, acting as if they've gotten away with things scot-free, are now being brought to justice. Tell me more. Spirit is taking war on them. There is a spiritual war taking place. And I'm getting that there is no escape. All right. So the Eight of Swords energy is that energy of entrapment, self-imposed prison. They have put themselves in the positions that they're about to be in through their own actions. And spirit justice is bringing upon this reckoning due to their own actions, due to their own choices. I just saw the Judgment card. Not Judgment. The Wake Up Call. The card of Reckoning. Oh, I cannot think of it. I'm not going to waste too much time on this because a lot of what I want to ask in reference to the music industry are things that are very explicit and will get me demonetized. So I'll just hold off until I do that reading for Jay-Z, because that's gonna have a lot of questions answered. All right, so Spirit, what do we need to know about what's happening in the music industry? And then we'll move on. The Tower and the Hermit card. So what we need to know as it pertains to the music industry is, like I said, it is being collapsed. It is being torn apart, broken down. And with the Hermit card being a card of spiritual enlightenment, it is being torn down so we can see, oh, I just heard the underbelly or the truth of what this industry actually is. Yes, we may have been entertained for a while with the bops, okay? Our favorite artists might have been helping us through some hard times and all that jazz. But when the music industry is torn asunder, we're going to see the truth. We're going to see the underbelly of this industry. We're going to see it for what it is. And what it is, you guys, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it. What it is not at all what it appears. What I will say here is that, in the words of Kanye West, racism's still alive. They just be concealing it. But I want to say Slavery is still alive. They just be concealing it. And it's not on just it's happening in the industry. I don't know how to it don't matter. Y'all don't be watching this shit anyway. It don't matter what I know. It don't matter what I know. Y'all tune in for y'all little message. Try to see what y'all can find out about y'all's bae or y'all boo or whoever the hell else. But do y'all really give a fuck about what's going on in this world? In the world around us, do y'all really give a fuck? So many people prefer willful ignorance over the truth anyway. And that's why they've been getting away with it for so long. There has already been so much exposure. R. Kelly was exposed years ago, long before any of this Diddy shit, before any of this Jay-Z shit. And what we got from that was separate the art from the artist. In spite of the fact that the art was about children. So do y'all really care that two more favorites are in the position that they're in? Is this something that y'all are going to give a fuck about? Or is this going to be something else that gets excused? The divine feminine is not excusing anything. The dark feminine is not excusing anything. Our dark mothers, Kali Ma, Lilith, Ezra Lee Dantor, Santa Muerte, they are not excusing any of this shit. But will you excuse it? Will you believe when the witnesses come forth with their stories and their evidence? Or will their evidence be Photoshop and lies and collaborations? The problem is, for too long, predators have been protected, and they have been protected by us, by those of us who say, separate the art from the artist. They have been protected by disqualifying witnesses. They have even been protected by false witnesses being paid to come against certain people, making us discredit real witnesses, real victims. So if this is the fall of the industry that we are about to witness, do y'all care? Or will you find a reason to continue to support these animals, monsters? This live started with a whole lot more people. But because it wasn't about your bae, because it wasn't about your money, because it wasn't about something that directly affected you and made you feel good and made you feel hopeful, or whatever the fuck you expected to feel when you clicked onto this reading, a lot of motherfuckers fell off. Just lost another one. And I think that That is the prime example of why we're in the situation that we're in. How you doing? Because in this world, too many people care about themselves, and not enough people care about the collective, about humanity, about each other. Everyone in this world is so focused on self and how they're personally affected and how they stand to benefit or not benefit, that people like Luigi and what he did will go unseen or uncelebrated. The energy that I felt from him, the sadness of what he had to do to make his point, will be overlooked. Because you are someone who never had to be denied help for a condition. With the music industry, you are someone who never had to be a victim to a celebrity. Let's think about the case of Cassie. People who didn't actually follow the case, who didn't actually read her statements, who didn't have the imagination to visualize as they read what she experienced, said things like, oh, she was Diddy's girlfriend. She was rich. She was living a life. She had everything she wanted. Luxury. Oh, this is blackmail. She's just mad that blah, blah, blah. She was just jealous of so and so. You know, like so much of what she went through got overlooked because of who did it to her and how much money they had. And she must have enjoyed it because she stayed so long, not realizing that she couldn't leave, that she had no escape, that she tried to leave and was brought back. She was discredited because of who the predator was and because it didn't affect those casting judgment upon her. And if y'all think that Cassie is the only victim, you guys are crazy. And I'm not even talking about no-name nobodies like you and me who might have showed up to a party one time and some fucked up shit happened. I'm talking about celebrities too. Your faves are slaves. Your faves are victims. Your faves are people who started out as victims and can't get out and have now become complicit or have now become accomplices against their will because of the evils of that industry and the people who hold power. And this is the reason why with Pluto and Aquarius, all of this shit is getting knocked down, knocked over, and fucked up. Because the divine feminine, the dark mothers are fucking tired. They're tired of seeing it. And you know what? Yeah, they're gonna get Jay-Z. And this first victim, Jay-Z thinks He's so smart. And he's super intelligent. He's someone who I've admired for a very long time. But as someone who is who is enlightened and who is aware and spiritually inclined, I cannot be willfully ignorant and blind to what I see in him. He's incredibly intelligent. But over the past couple of days, Spirit has just been bringing me moments where I've questioned him in my love for him. I related to him because our lives were similar. His songs were my childhood, my upbringing, how I grew up, the struggles that I went through. In one of his songs, he talked about how he went to his father's funeral and he couldn't deny that that man was his father because that man's face was just like his face. Literally my story. I didn't even know my biological father at all. Only met him once or twice before he died. And his face was just like my face. His face in that casket was my face in that casket. We lived a similar life, so he was relatable. But over the years, I've literally seen how terrible of a person he can really be. There was a video circulating of him mushing a girl in the face. Mushing a girl in the face. In front of at least 30, 40 people. She was not a very big girl either. Like, not that it makes it right if she was bigger, but why would you be pushing a woman in her face like that? There has been rumors and indications that he's just not the best person. So anything that he's being accused of right now is believable. But on top of that, I've had dreams, premonitions about the things that he's done. So even as a super fan, even as someone who could recite his lyrics off the top and who randomly does, I'm not blind and I'm not oblivious to the nature of the man. I'm just waiting for my premonitions to be proven right. I'm going to say this and I'm going to go. We have to stop being fucking selfish. We have to start paying attention to how things affect others. If an experience is brought into your awareness that has nothing to do with you, doesn't affect you at all, but someone is telling their story or their truth, then listen with an open mind and an open heart. And stop trying to disqualify their story because of who their story is about. There are a lot of false idols, and they don't need to be worshipped. A lot of what we think we know, a lot of what we see is a fucking illusion. Babylon is crumbling, y'all. right before our eyes. And it's up to you to either believe what the fuck you're seeing or not. It is up to you to support the victims or not. But just like these people are approaching their day of judgment, so too shall you. How you act in this moment, how you show up for your fellow man in this moment is going to be judged as well. And you can choose to be a hero in this story, to be revolutionary, to be one of the people who helped move the world forward into a more positive direction. Or you could be part of the people who made this world problematic and eventually got ran the fuck over. So, I don't know. Hopefully everyone will wake the fuck up. Unfortunately, I know that everyone won't. And sorry for those who don't. The shit is changing. The world is changing. And you can either get in the car or get left. And that's that on that. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. Some are not meant to. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. Just not really feeling this live anymore. And I think it's just because we started with a whole bunch of people. And it's not that I care that, you know, 1 million people didn't watch this fucking video. But I think it just showed me or confirmed for me what the problem really is. People got to learn to start loving each other and caring about each other. And they just fucking don't. So I'm going to go process that. And I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Good night. Thank you, Sharon, for hanging out. Yeah. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.